Hey children, good morning once again. It is me, teacher Wilbrod, the man who has come again in your study room at your home. Today, let us appreciate God for having given us our beautiful and essential eyes. We are going to learn about how the human eye works. So children, get settled, concentrate, get your notebook, a pen, a ruler, and a pencil, and you enjoy your lesson. Children, the eye is an optical instrument, for it uses light and sight. We have two eyes, so that binocular vision is applied. Each eye forms a slightly different image, such that our brain compares these two images to give more depth on what we are seeing. This enables our eyes to see the three-dimension objects. Children, how do we see? Children, when light strikes on an object, the object reflects light into our eye, hence we see it. Light sources can also send light directly into our eyes, such that we see them by omission. Therefore, children will see objects by reflection and omission. Children, let us look at the front view of our eye. The front external parts of the eye include the eyelid. These eyelids prevent foreign bodies from entering into the eye. The eyelids also are made of muscles that can either become voluntary or involuntary. These muscles bring about the eye blinking, enabling tear distribution that keeps the eye moist and washes dust from it. Then we go to another part, that is eyelashes. They prevent water, sweat, and other particles from entering the eye. In other words, they also flick away dust. Then we have another part which we call sclera, or what we call the eye white. This is a tough, non-elastic fibrous coat around the eyeball. Then children, we have also another part which we call the iris. The iris is an opaque disc of tissues. It regulates the size of the pupil. It has the pigment that determines the eye color. In dim light, the iris makes the pupil bigger, and in the bright light, it makes the pupil smaller. So in that way, the iris regulates the amount of light entering the eye. The pupil, it is just a small hole that admits light into our eyes. Children, let us look at the inner parts of the eye. The eye is found in the eye socket inside the skull. It is held firmly in the eye socket by a pair of rectus muscles. One is found up, another one is found down. Then we have another part which we call cornea. This is a transparent part of the sclera and curved to aid in the refraction and converging of light. Then we have what we call conjunctiva. This is a thin layer inside the eyelid, which is kept moist and clean by a slow continuous stream of tears from the tear glands. Children, we have also two liquids in our eyes, that is aqueous humor and vitreous humor. Both of them maintain the spherical shape of the eye by exerting an outward pressure. Since both of them are water-like or plasma-like, it aids also in the refraction of light. You remember we said that refraction of light is the bending of light rays. So as light enters our eye, it has to bend in one way or another. Since our eyes has only one lens, we can also say that we have simple eyes, unlike the insects with the compound eyes, because they have a number of eye lenses in their eyes. Let us look at the lens of our eye. Our eye has a convex lens. It is thick in the middle and thin at the edges. We can also call it a converging lens because it makes parallel beams of light rays to meet at a point. Its main duty is to focus images on the retina. The lens does this by thickening and thinning to proper focus of images at the retina. This is what we call accommodation. Inside our eye, we have also a part which we call choleroid. This has a network of blood capillaries that supply food and oxygen to the eye. It is also pigmented black to reduce internal reflection of light within the eye. For this may result into blurred vision that will not make our eyes see properly. Finally, children, let us look at the most sensitive part of the eye, which we call the retina. At the retina, it is where images are formed. The images are light pictures formed when light rays meet. So our eye form characteristics of images as follows. The images formed are real, they are upside down, and they are diminished. I am repeating. The characteristics of the images formed by the eye are real, i.e. they are formed on the screen, they are diminished, in other words, they are smaller than the object, and they are upside down. The retina has two light-sensitive cells, the rods responsible for dim light and the cones responsible for bright light. Cones are concentrated at the small depression in the retina called the fovea or yellow spot. It is on this part that gives accurate interpretation of the image. Below the yellow spot is what we call the blind spot without any light-sensitive cell. It is where the optic nerve leaves the eye and the point at which blood vessels and the nerve fibers join the optic nerve. Do not forget that optic nerve transmits light impulses to the brain for interpretation. So children, let us protect our eyes jealously by washing them every morning to remove sleep. Sleep attracts vectors like houseflies that alight into our eyes, spreading different germs into our eyes. By having a balanced diet, we must eat food rich in vitamin A to safeguard ourselves from night blindness. Avoid rubbing your eyes. Do not share fresh towels, and avoid reading books in dim light. And always seek medical attention in case you have pain, you have a problem with your eyes. Children, thank you for listening. Let us also look at the activity we're gonna do. Teacher Wilbrod man is still in action. Bye bye.
See